Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So today is a short episode just talking through a really simple but effective stress management technique a hiker can use both on and off the trail. So we all know stress is a big thing in a lot of our lives. When we're off the trail, it can be from anything. It can be from work, it can be from family, it can be from financial things, it can be from the crazy way the world's going, it can be even pre-trip nerves or whatever it may be. There's a million and one things that lead to stress. Now, on the trail, again, there's so many different things that can go into this. It can be concerns about sort of keeping up with people in your group. It can be worries about a particularly tough day coming up. It can be stressed out about, unstable terrain or heights or whatever it may be. Again, it's pretty. There's pretty much no limit to the amount of different things that can cause stress on the trail. And when it comes down to stress and your physical performance, there are a lot of things that it can affect. And essentially, as a whole, without getting too technical today, if we are chronically and really stressed, meaning we're very stressed for long periods of time and we don't get periods where we can sort of relax and recharge and let ourselves calm down, it can limit our physical performance. Meaning it can limit how far we can go with our hiking before we get tired. It can limit our energy reserves. It can limit our strength. It can limit a lot of things in the body, purely because we're carrying a huge amount of stress. On the pain and injury side of things, it can actually lead to flare-ups of discomfort. Stress is a trigger when it comes to flare-ups of discomfort. So it is something, in all honesty, we want to be aware of. Now, in all honesty, most of the time, it's very not possible to remove actual stresses from the body or remove actual stresses from your life. So, for example, if you're stressed from work, in the perfect world, you'd go quit your job and go move to an island. But in all honesty, that's just not going to happen. Or if you're stressed from family, you know what? You're probably not going to be able to change a huge amount about that. When you're on the trail, you're probably not going to be able to change the group dynamics. You're probably not going to change, what route you're taking once you're actually on the trail. And, actually changing the source of stress can be a little bit tricky. But what you can do instead, even if you're not going to be changing the source of stress, managing your stress is a very powerful thing. It can help you get through your day-to-day life better. It can help you sleep better, help deal with nerves before a trip. When you're on the trail, it can help you just feel a bit more comfortable, a little bit more in the moment. It can take away those jitters, that stress. And ultimately, managing your stress is a very good thing to think about. And again, there are millions and millions of ways you can go about this. There is so unlimited potential around how you can go about stress management. But today I want to talk you through a really simple strategy which you can do both on and off the trail. And that's called doing a mind dump. Now, you guys have probably all heard of this before in one way or another, but it's something I'm a big fan of, something I do quite a bit, and something I'm a big advocate for my hikers. And basically what it involves is when you are getting really stressed, lots of things are coming up in your mind, lots of things are sort of pushing, weighing on your shoulders and really getting to you. Take 5 minutes, get a pen and a piece of paper and literally just write out all your thoughts. So just absolutely write down every single thing that's going through your head. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to be legible. It doesn't have to have any coherence at all, but just write and write until your head's just settled a little bit. Now, at home, you can do this when, pre-trip nerves are building up. Maybe you're dealing with family stresses or whatever it may be. And you can do this anytime during the day. A really effective time is you can do it at the end of your workday when you're clocking off. If you had a stressful workday, you can use that as a little sort of bookmark and sort of say, okay, I'm going to sit down. I'm just going to, do a brain dump for 5 to 10 minutes. And then I'm going to go get into my life. Work's done. Now time to go see my partner, my family, go relax, go see my friends, go put my feet up and not have to think about work. And it can be a really great way to bookmark the end of your day. Alternatively, if you do struggle to sleep and you have a lot of going through your mind, doing it immediately before bed can be a really great way of just reducing stress, getting rid of that mental clutter, and just helping you, get to sleep a little better. Now, when you're on the trail, you can also do this in a lot of different situations. If you wake up in the morning and you're a little bit worried about the day ahead, if you're on an overnight hike, you can just do a bit in camp before you go. Do it before you pack up your tent. Just spend 5 minutes writing. Or if you're having a really particularly tough day, you can do it in your lunch break or do it in your snack breaks or whatever it may be. It doesn't take long. You can just keep a little notepad, keep a little pen or a pencil, in your hip pocket or in your pack and just scribble away. You may seem a little bit funny, but if you just tell people, look, you know what, I'm just journaling about the trip, people typically respect that. And again, you can do it before you go to bed. Obviously when you're on trail, it can be a little bit tricky in regards to actually seeing. So you can do this before dinner, when the sun's still up. Or if you do have a torch, you can do it at torchlight or whatever it may be. But basically you can use any time you want. And it can be a really, really effective strategy because you don't really have to think. You don't really have to plan. You don't really have to remember anything complicated. It's literally get a pen and paper and just write everything that's in your head. Now, if you've never tried this before, I highly, highly, highly recommend you give it a go because it can be quite liberating, it can be quite freeing, and it can make you feel really, really good. And if you have done it before and you're aware of the power of it, but you haven't done it for a while, my challenge to you, give it a whirl if you're in a bit of a stressful period, whether it's on or off the trail, and I think it may serve you well. So just know when you are dealing with a lot of stress, more than likely the sources of stress probably not going to change. But there are many, many things you can do to help manage that, help control that, help get you through that, and help you feel as well as can be during this time. And the mind dump, I think, can be a very good addition to that. So I think that's probably enough from me today. I hope you've enjoyed that. Hope you got a bit of insight and hope you can give that technique a go. And I really do think it may make a bit of a difference for a lot of hikers out there. So thank you so much for listening. Have a lovely day and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.